up, y'all? You are tuned in live on Twitch, live on YouTube, possibly. Or maybe you're just listening at a different time altogether. But this is indeed Talking Around Things, live from Cast Iron with very special guest, the one and only
Luke Humphries.
Luke Humphries. I was trying to think of, like, is he the voice of disc golf? He's
the voice of OTB Skins.
He's the voice of OTB Skins.
Okay. Yeah.
Luke Humphries.
Man, pleasure to be here with you fellas. Cast Iron Trading Company. This place is awesome.
Yeah.
Your guys' friend base in the Stockton area, if you guys haven't come out here and visited this place, I mean, huge props so far to what you guys got going on.
Well, you're more than welcome. We're very glad to have you here in the fold. We hope you feel welcome. Sounds like you do.
Yeah, beyond. You guys are doing amazing things, and we're obviously, we're here for the OTB Open, which is, that's a pro tour event, the highest level of disc golf that we've got, and you guys are supporting not only Skins, but the pro tour, so.
Yeah, we're trying. Doing
Killing
a little bit of everything.
Killing it. What do we got here?
We love being a part of it.
Yeah, what are you drinking? I'm drinking an Almanac and Bear Bottle collab.
Fantastic.
Hazy double IPA.
How is it?
Great. With lime, tamarind, pineapple, coconut, and spices.
What's
Wow.
tamarind?
Some flavors.
It's like
It's a root.
Isn't the root, I believe? Yeah. I don't know. It's good tasting, though.
Tamarindo.
Yeah, when they're using roots, that it's
It's
fire.
it's a flavor of Jarritos.
All right,
I know
we're
that.
drinking the same one.
We're drinking the same one. Cheers. This
Just
is a brewery sour called Just a Kiss. It's a fooder.
I spilled beer on
fooder,
myself. That's
We
good.
get-
No.
Fooder aged.
I need to go
Saison,
get a towel real
orange
quick.
blossom, flowers, and honey. I'll just slowly read the description of this beer, and I feel like it should take up enough time.
Dang, man, that is fire.
Isn't that great?
Is that from here?
No, the brewery I believe is in Philadelphia or maybe it's in California. No, I'm a moron.
I'm easy. I have to admit that a seltzer will suit me just fine here and there, but this has way more flavor, body. I guess way more body, as they say.
I'm just gonna closely read this until it's time to talk about something.
I'll try not to spill anymore, also. Yeah,
Where's
me and Luke are wearing the same hat today. Shout out to that.
Twinkies. Yeah. If you don't go Twinkies with your friends, then
Yeah.
are they your friends?
It's from California.
Nah.
No surprise. Placenteria.
We have Pirate Nate in the building. He just walked by.
Yeah.
It's a star-studded event. This is
It
the
is.
OTBO team dinner. It's part of the OTBO weekend.
Yeah.
We're psyched to be here.
Yeah.
It's been a great day. Luke, you want to tell us about your day in Stockton?
Yeah. I'd love to. Like, first of all, I'm just like a C-list celebrity at this thing, honestly. Like,
Oh, come on.
Paige Pierce, Nate Perkins walking around here. Like, there's some ballers at this place. OTB
Goat coming.
supporting highest level. But yeah, Stockton, treat me nice, man. We played some golf this morning. I got to sleep in a little bit, first time in a few days.
Good.
Then went out to Stockton
Golf and Country Club.
Golf and Country Club, which was established in 1910. Fantastic old course, right there on the
Channel.
Pre-World War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
Pre-World War, right there on the oldest port.
Inland port.
The
Inland
deepest
port.
inland
Longest,
port in the
deepest
world, I'm pretty
inland
sure.
port.
Dude, that
Yeah.
is so dope. I love stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
A huge cargo ship cruised by while we were
That
there.
can happen here. Yeah.
It was carrying boats that were massive, and they looked tiny on this boat. It was,
Reminds me of Savannah.
Georgia?
You're right there on the water. There's a big port there, and all of a sudden there's a container ship, and it's got 2,000 big of those
Bigger
storage
containers.
containers on it, and it's like, wow, that's like 9 stories tall.
Yeah.
and it's like 500 feet away. It's a
Unbelievable.
boat.
Someone was like, how big are the ships there? I'm like, well, they have cranes on them.
like, you talk about, instead, how small aren't they?
Yeah.
Would be a better way to
I mean, I
like-
believe you guys saw a boat that was carrying a bunch of boats on it, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty big boat.
It looked tiny. Big boats looking tiny on the boat. Yeah. Anyways, we played golf with Crash, and Al took us
The
out
one
there.
and only
Alistair.
Crashy baby.
Yeah, Alistair's fantastic. I mean, he's got a great golf game. Honestly, he plays the slice.
How do
Trevino style.
they play the rules?
They're loose,
They're loose with the rules?
which is the way Kev played and Rick before.
For you.
Were you playing Bingo Bongo Bango by chance?
They brought that up, but Kev and I were like, "Listen, we play $20 front, $20 back, $20 total, $10 skins, $20 birdies, $50 eagles. That's our game."
That's great.
This is
And
me
That's
making
money.
that.
That's a
You can
money
see that.
game.
You can see that on YouTube and Twitch, perhaps.
Yeah.
This is the sign of making it rain.
It's a good
Making
way,
it rain.
It's a good way to put some pressure on the putts, and at the end of the day, it helps us with our disc golf.
the mental aspect.
Yeah.
Forget them.
Well,
No, I just moved it. Actually, that's hilarious. I was like, let me try it down here, but
sounds
yeah, these mics like to be talked to directly in the front here.
Dude, I'll give her whatever she wants. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a
They're
master on
gentle.
the mic.
Yeah.
You are a master on the mic, man. So tell us about that. Tell us about the skins and how you became the host and all that.
Bro, it was a wild experience, man. Honestly, COVID. You know, shout out COVID.
COVID helped disc golf a lot.
Shout out
somehow.
COVID-19. Maybe
Yeah.
you've heard of it.
It's pretty terrible for most people, but
Yeah, absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
It's actually a nightmare.
I happened to be in Arkansas as that was popping off, as we would like to say. And Arkansas got opened up first. I think there was 3 states. It was like Alaska, Arkansas, and somebody else that like didn't have any events. So it was like Arkansas you could play events in first. Boom. I put back-to-back B tiers first in the world. And GK Productions, they're in Oklahoma, 3.5 hours away right there in Tulsa. We were playing at Greenbrier, Arkansas at the Persimmon Ridge place. Steve and Kim, awesome. Some of the best hosts in the game, honestly. They
Nice.
kill it there. I think we'll be seeing a Silver Series or a Pro Tour event there at some point. They've just got so much room for spectators, parking, RV hookups. I mean, it's on an old 9-hole ball golf course, and the place is sick, dude. I loved it since the day I saw it, and then hosted those events. GK came out, and they were going to be there the whole week, and so we were trying to think of stuff to do, and the skins match came up, and we called, like, literally I found a list of the names of the disc golf companies, and I called, like,
all of them.
yeah, damn near all of them. And you guys got a call that day, and you stepped up among everybody.
We like to say
great opportunity.
We don't say no.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the thing. Like, we don't say no.
Yeah.
If you ask us to do something and it's like a reasonably priced, like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we had Greg on that first one
Yeah.
that you guys knew. It was Emerson, Greg, Kevin Jones, and Nathan Queen.
Great recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that first one. And, from there, the rest is history.
It's
baby.
blossomed, I believe.
Yeah, people loved it.
Yeah.
Now your dog's an international superstar.
Dude, shout out to the good boy.
Dude, he got recognized so much in the shop. Like, people were just walking in and, like, he'd just be chilling and be like,
Yep.
is that Hogan? And I'm like,
He found a little spot.
Yeah.
Like, his initial favorite spot was in the podcast studio.
yeah, just chilling.
He
The
was just
lights
like,
are nice
well,
in there.
It's kind of
Yeah.
noisy out here.
It's dim,
Maybe I'll just
yeah.
take a little time, have office hours here in the podcast studio.
Yeah, yeah.
He found a little corner. That was great. Then we moved the bed in there. That was next level.
Yeah.
And then he turned into a lot dog. And then he was
Yeah.
like, no, I got to pound the yard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like,
Folks are
I don't-
coming in.
Luke's not here. I need to wait for him.
I need to set the tone.
I got to watch out.
I got to protect the van.
Yeah, the van. Like, make sure no one fucks with his van.
It so happens that you share the same, attention to quality as the USPS.
They have the same
share
vans as you.
I know.
So
I
the-
saw her this morning.
So the mail lady pulled in. Shout out Rockstar.
Rockstar.
And Hogan was all excited because he's like, oh, cool.
Dad's home.
Dad's home.
Yeah.
Different
yeah.
van.
Yeah.
But equally excited to greet a new.
I know. Yeah, I heard
person.
her. She was, awesome with him.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so pumped to see him.
And then Missy.
Missy showed up with her dogs.
Shout out Missy.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
with a couple
Missy.
dogs.
Yep.
We're just going to shout out all of our OTB team eventually tonight.
Yeah.
Get ready for it.
It's
Yeah.
a huge night here. We're very excited to have everybody gathered together at Cast Iron.
I
here in the
really
heart of
want to
Stockton.
shout out Eric, the guy
Yeah.
walking right now by us.
Yeah.
I got to
Eric.
thank him. Come make an appearance on the television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, sir, have a
This is
fantastic
Eric.
establishment.
This is his establishment, and we want to thank him very fucking much for letting us
You rock.
take over and do this shit. So
Yeah.
he is the man. That's not on. Yeah, he'll get his frisbee on. We'll get him on the mics at one of these days.
Yep. Yep.
So shout out to him. Like, we were like,
Yeah.
we got to get you involved somehow.
Yep.
Like, you're one of the best establishments in Stockton. You're a friend. Like, let's make something happen.
Yep.
And this is the best idea we came up with, the OTB team party.
I refuse to eat anywhere else in Stockton.
Pretty hard. This place is great.
Yeah. Last
Super good
week,
beer.
Yeah. This place was closed a couple days. They had some water issues. You fasted. You said 72
That's right.
hours.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't eat.
Yeah. Greg just didn't eat.
Yeah, I was
We
prone,
almost-
I was prone on the floor for a good 38 hours.
We
towards the
came
end of that.
really
Yeah.
close to Eric, like driving to the shop and cooking for Greg personally. So
Just because if it came from here, it would still count technically. But like
Yeah.
you were saying with bringing the fam in, I mean, we had Tim Barham out there. We had Matt
Yeah.
Bell. Who else did we have? We had so many other
Connor O'Reilly.
Connor
Yes.
O'Reilly,
Yeah.
Nate Perkins, Paige Pierce,
Yeah.
Missy Gannon, Leia Sinagini.
Okay.
That's right.
I mean, we had the DGPT coordinator out there. Is he going to be on the show?
Maybe. He'll probably be on Saturday night.
Okay.
Live on the stage of Hole 1.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff Spring.
Jeff Spring.
The man's murdering it, honestly. You know, he's killing it in every facet. He's making the pro more money than they've ever made before, which is allowing them to tour, to give you guys more content. I mean, he's taking a bunch of stuff upon himself, and my salute you, sir.
Guys like Jeff, guys like Sean Mercy, guys like Sean Jack working on this.
The Sheons.
Growing
Sheons.
Sheons.
Oh,
yeah,
we combined both their names.
We changed their names
spelled
legally.
different. So it's SEHEAWN. Sheon.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, just
Great.
combining the best and all the elements of both of their names.
Unbelievable.
Oh, shout out Jer, Team OTB.
J Daddy Farms.
Ooh, yeah.
JD
yeah.
Farms be loading on the reg.
Dude, that guy loads discs like no other. He's the best loader in America.
I really want to get him a sort of a chain that says BMB for big money bins, because that's what he
Yeah,
stacks
he
all
does
day.
bins. He stacks bins
He
daily.
stacks bins.
He gets 1,000 discs up a day at least.
Taking the pictures.
Loading them.
He's feeling them.
Feeling them.
He's getting
listening
the-
to flatness, stiffness, weighing them, telling the color.
Sometimes
telling
he takes the
stamp color.
pictures.
Sometimes he takes pictures. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Dude's a baller.
He's on the ones and twos.
Hell yeah.
Clickety clacking.
Clickety
That's
clacking.
unbelievable. Yeah, you guys, the way that you go about your business, especially at your shop, I mean, unbelievable place that you guys have there.
First time at the
Really.
shop yesterday.
Yeah, it
for
was.
you.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was.
cult.
What did it feel like when you walked in?
Man, big graffiti murals on the walls, on the outside,
Yep.
like already vibing with me.
Jeremy
Disc
Johnson.
golf
Shout out
baskets.
Jeremy Johnson.
Yeah, shout out Color Lab, KOLOUR Lab on
Stockton
Instagram.
based.
Yeah.
Stockton-based artist, finest work in town.
Insane. Insane. I'm a mural guy, and one of my buddies is getting into the business, so I'm especially a mural guy right now. So I saw that right away, and I vibed with it. The disc golf baskets, flat screen TVs everywhere,
Yeah,
about 1 million Frisbees.
yeah. There's a lot,
Roughly 1 million.
and
Yeah.
about half as many as we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a little bit low.
Yeah.
It feels weird. Feels a little bit naked.
About
Yeah.
1 million hats.
There's a lot of hats.
10 million hats.
We've made up for not being able to buy Frisbees by buying apparel.
Yeah. 12 million T-shirts.
Yeah.
I hear to stay in shape that when Ezra gets to town, he's actually just going to lift bins of
Yeah.
Hoodies. Just
And
to stay in shape.
e-beans.
Yeah.
Dude, it would have to be so many bins to even make that guy break a sweat.
Well,
so
we got bins.
speaking of Ezra, he released a YouTube video today, and
Yeah.
it was titled "OTB Open Hardest Course on Tour."
Dope.
Wow.
I love it.
That's
I love,
wild.
I love his take.
Prove
on
me
it.
wrong, you know?
I mean, we've heard that from Tristan.
Yeah.
Luke, you haven't
We've heard it from a handful of
But
people,
you haven't
so-
been on the course yet.
I played now like 13 or 14 of the holes.
Okay,
So
so
I think I get the gist.
75%.
I,
You get the
I
gist.
speak, I speak not in like 100%, but I get the gist. And while I think that he's got a point there, I think it's going to be disproved a little bit because
I think so.
Iron Hill is technically on tour.
All right, that's
and
crazy.
And he's
course is
never
crazy.
played Iron Hill.
All right.
Right? There's a bunch of courses this guy hasn't necessarily seen yet.
Yeah.
But
Colton Montgomery shouted out Iron Hill just
He did
this morning.
He was a big fan of Iron Hill.
straight up, bro, you want to shoot a par that's 10-20?
Yeah,
Literally,
that's what we
10-20.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were petitioning Leonard Muse. Shout out Leonard Muse, the most thorough course designer in the world. There might be like as equal, guys,
Incredibly thoughtful courses.
but, like,
courses aren't.
Nobody's
dude-
foreign.
nobody's doing more as like data collection. He does like algorithms and things, and then he makes it like, oh, this is what a 10-30 player is going to shoot on each hole. Mm-hmm. This is what a 10-10 player is going to shoot on each hole. Mm-hmm. So like,
That's wild. Yeah.
he's wild. But like, shout out to him. But we were like petitioning him, like, it needs to be harder.
That's amazing.
We
Par,
want
should,
it
par
hard.
should matter.
Because he
Part of-
previewed
yeah.
it a couple months ago, and you guys threw some shots. And you're like, no,
Yeah,
these
we
guys
threw,
can throw.
We
These
went
guys
out
can
there
bomb.
and we threw, and he was like kind of a little bit impressed by our like our 430 foot of power, or 440 foot of power, and we're like,
These guys
nah,
are-
dude, Eagle's gonna go like way up there.
Hell
and
yeah.
he was like,
is.
okay, maybe I need to change.
Rick's
going to
go way up there. Calvin's going to way
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, Kev's
Paul's
going-
going to way up
I'm
there.
stoked, though. Like,
Kev's going up there.
There's a lot of rollers, dude.
There's some
Lot of
roller
rollers.
potential,
Honestly, like
but the roller might get you in trouble at times. Also,
I heard Anton dropped out. He was like carving up the
Yeah.
place with rollers when he played, the other layout of Swenson.
Yeah,
there is some roller holes. I mean, it's a golf course. It's not super open. There's a lot of low ceiling shots.
low ceilings, tons of them. I think that's characteristic that stands out about this course.
Low
Yeah,
ceiling
what it-
and water.
What it lacks in elevation, it is very rich in
Yeah,
technicality.
I think a flat thrower like Calvin, got a really
Calvin
good
might
chance.
kill it.
But I also think a player like Nate Sexton or Greg Barsby, who's really proficient with that roller.
The roller
also
and the
is gonna have a
forehand.
chance, yeah.
It's
Right.
kind of forehand friendly also.
There's a couple of nice spots where forehand really is favorable.
Yeah.
Like I even think on hole 4, the first long par 5 plays pretty
I see it
well
as
for
a-
either
Along
roller.
the hillside.
Yep. Either really
You
good
just ride
roller
one.
Because then
or like also
it again.
forehand,
well, your
forehand,
second
backhand
shot
for
if
like
you-
a pretty easy birdie.
yeah.
So
Because with you're far enough out on your drive,
Yeah.
then you're just
you
can
got to worry
play-
about some trees,
but
some
you're-
OB right,
The
and
second
some
Mando,
Mandos.
the
That's
second
it.
Mando doesn't come into
I mean,
play that much.
that hole probably will play as one of the easier on the course.
I think
Right.
it'll be the easiest hole.
yeah,
of course.
yeah. I mean,
But it's going to be a fun hole.
great hole. You know, it's a hallway all the way, water on the right.
Yeah,
It'll
score
attract
separator.
some. Yeah.
It's really I mean, where you-
There'll be eagles. There'll be bogeys.
Garrett's gonna throw a bomb roller on it.
Dude,
I don't know if
someone's
it's gonna
gonna
be
th-
filmed, but Garrett's gonna throw a roller that goes 600 plus.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to get way down there, and then he's going to have like a rock 3 up shot.
yeah.
someone rides
Sonic.
the
Yeah.
levee just the right way.
Yep, rides the levee.
Yes.
I think that's the play.
Huge.
There's a little danger with that roller going or missing the Mando or going OB right. The hill helps OB right
Yeah.
from knocking it down, but like
Yeah.
possibly missing the Mando if you go too far left.
Yeah.
and
Without the Mando, it'd be.
obvious roller every time.
So it will be warm. So it'll be an endurance test.
So it's supposed to
It
be
was-
84, 84, 88 this weekend, tournament time.
But there should be wind. We haven't gotten the official report from Kyle with the weather. But
yeah, Kyle with the weather. Stay tuned for Hey. It's a disc golf news podcast later
Yeah,
in the
I
week.
can't wait for that. Kyle with the weather.
come on, Kyle.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
Why'd
at
you
the
do
weather.
it, Kyle?
He actually, it was his idea to do the weather, and now he kind of dreads doing the weather. He's just like, it's too much
It's
pressure.
turned into it's
yeah.
turned into a whole thing. It's
Like
like
people really love it, and like their favorite part about the show is the weather.
Yeah.
And now he's like, there's a lot to live up to, man.
I know.
The
I-
intro is kind of
The intro is also Kyle,
very
a
Kyle
lot.
I'm not a dope weatherman, but I had the same kind of experience with Skins to a degree. Like,
Yeah.
it was meant to be just like a facilitator for GK to get some content out there, make the week worthwhile.
And now you're the fucking host.
yeah. And
The
I got
dog has his own
Camera
Instagram handle.
and it has its own camera.
yeah.
I noticed that
The Hogan
today as
cam.
I was taking in the van. We've got 2 tags. We've got Hogan and we got Luke.
Yeah.
Who's more
That's great.
popular?
I mean, I got him by a handful of thousand, but he's
But in
like,
terms of
handful of
how
thousand.
long has he had an account, right?
oh
Like,
yeah, you probably that's a good point.
he's catching up.
We have our friend Jake the Brewer over here. He's one of our brewing
Jake.
friends. This is Jake. We're live on the internet.
We're live on
right
the
now.
internet. There's the internet.
Shout
right
out
there.
talking to his microphone a little
There you
bit here, Jake. Let us. He works for Blaker Brewing in Ceres, California.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, internet. I love that.
How are you doing?
They can
I-
hear you, Jake.
That's good. Okay, good. You know, it's always like funny when you come into like a podcast scenario. You don't really know what the sound situation is, and you want to make sure that everybody's hearing you, but you don't want to be overbearing.
It's perfect.
Okay, well,
This is Jake. He makes
natural.
great beer.
thank you.
We'll have some
I-
on
I
tap
make
at the shop,
beer.
and we'll have cans.
Hey,
I
all
brought
right.
some beer.
Top 2 things that people need to do when they're brewing beer. Like you're number 2 at home brewing. 2 points. Drop them.
In 60 seconds, go.
I honestly I couldn't hear you.
What are your two tips for home brewing?
Oh, 2 tips for home brewing. Temperature control.
Ooh.
Like during fermentation, temperature control during fermentation is probably the most important thing.
He didn't
you can
even
do.
think about that one. Just right off.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a temperature or like an environment that you can control, then you need to create an environment that you can control, whether it's a refrigerator or, you know, a cellar of some sort. But you need to be able to control the environment in which your yeast will thrive.
Dig a hole in the ground.
cool world,
Yeah.
in percent.
Yeah, typically, but it doesn't need to be too cold. I mean, if you want to do a lager, like all you need to do is, you know, make an environment that you know will stay between, you know, say 52 and 58 degrees.
6 degrees.
Lager.
That's a pretty big separation.
All right, number 2.
Okay.
Number 2 tip.
You need to figure out your water chemistry. So, what is your water? If you don't know,
What's the pH?
then
H2O.
use distilled water,
Right.
because then you know it's pretty much neutral, and you're starting out at 0, and then you
Plants
can
love
adjust your water chemistry as you see fit. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
2 tips.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Jacob.
Incredible tips for home brewers there from
Yeah.
Jacob
Killed
the
it, bro.
brewer.
Jake, Blaker Brewing. If you're in the Northern California area,
that was
Ceres, California.
Dion
Blaker Brewing.
Waiters moment
Yeah.
there. for Jacob.
Jacob is the white Tyler
He's the
Harrow.
white Tyler Harrow of Mariposa.
I thought he murdered it.
Yeah, he's amazing. Shout out to Jacob.
Go ahead and listen to episode 3 or 4.
I don't know. One of the early
Some
talking
other
around
episode.
things.
We have Jacob.
So I don't know if you know the name of this podcast, Luke.
no, he knows it. He knows it.
Yeah,
It's-
is talking around.
Yeah, talking
Things.
around things.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the show is to talk either about round things
Yeah.
or to talk around things.
Yeah, dude.
So it's pretty open ended. So you can talk
Rocks.
about whatever.
Rocks
I have a
around.
question.
I found some
actually,
geodes, yeah.
I was told by one amazing friend of OTB, Nate Perkins, to ask you about one Sasquatch and two
Let's save
aliens.
let's save Sasquatch for the end.
All right, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
Aliens.
We'll come back to this.
Okay.
We're gonna do the rankings at the end.
All right, rankings. We're gonna rank aliens.
I'd like to
and
hear
things.
about rocks.
Yeah, I wanna
'Cause
hear
you've
about
been-
rocks.
you've been-
Arkansas
I've been,
rocks.
I've been noticing the rock polishing.
Yeah,
I'm interested in that.
Yeah,
It's,
and then Matt Bell showed me a rock today that you guys might have found together.
totally did in
Yeah,
Jonesboro, Arkansas.
in Jonesboro,
yeah.
Arkansas, so.
It's like a huge passion of mine.
Okay.
It's like probably my favorite hobby, and I still consider.
I need to pause. Luke,
Yeah.
where are you from?
Okay.
Birth date. Favorite
ASL,
sports
age,
team.
sex, location.
Yeah.
Okay. It's complicated. I never lived anywhere like more than 5 or 6 years.
But you were
my
born
entire
in a
life.
place.
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I only lived there 6 months though.
Okay.
Okay.
So but you feel
You're
like
the
you're
opposite of me, Luke. I was born in Stockton, California, and I've only lived in like 2 other places for like very short amount of time. So
He's a traveler.
he's a global traveler, and I'm a fucking Stockton,
Okay,
California.
We're cutting him off.
Hey, there's ups and downs to both experiences.
what do
there
you
is.
claim? Where do you claim that you're
Yeah, where's
raised?
home?
Where's home?
I'm a Kansas, Arkansas Texan.
Texarkana,
Texarkana,
Kansas,
Kansas.
Kansas.
What part of Kansas?
Is that not
Because
what it is?
Yeah, I'm from
one of the
Kansas.
one of
That's
the 3
fantastic.
places I've ever lived is Lindsborg, Kansas.
Oh, well, that's way out in the middle of
It's
nowhere.
literally it's about an hour north of Wichita.
I think a bunch of Swedish people.
It
live
is.
there.
It's
yeah.
their dollar horses. I went to
Yeah.
Bethany College
Okay.
for a semester.
I actually know where that's at.
Yeah, the Bethany Swedes. Shout out to that little podunk town.
Shout out
Dude,
Bethany
shout out to the
College.
Swedes. That's basically every single town in Kansas.
Yeah, dude, there was people there that still like that had lived in Lindsborg, Kansas, their entire lives and had Swedish accents.
No way.
Yeah, it was wild. Like there's a woman that worked at the school that like she was like
Entire
a secretary
local
or something,
dialect.
and she was born in Lindsborg, and she's like had a Swedish accent.
Dude, just a crazy civilization there.
Yeah.
Just Western Kansas.
It's like a very small. Like
What
the-
do you guys think about Kansas? I mean, like, I'm
I
not
have
out here
very
chilling.
odd.
I've driven to. Okay.
Like,
I've
is it
driven
a
across
flyover
it.
state for
It's-
you guys?
It's
No,
a
I've driven
place
it.
I'll never go back if I have to.
But the thing that was most striking to me was on a certain road trip across. I was helping my buddy move, and we were in Colby, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Way
it's
out
kind of a
west.
crossroads out there.
On 70.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's like
by
a big
Oakley.
interstate
Yeah.
crossroads, and so it's kind of like a little bit of a blip on the map. So
Yeah.
not there's a lot of nothing out
There's
there.
a big truck stop in Colby.
huge truck stop. There's a great Taco
Yep.
Bell,
It's called Mittens.
Been there.
and I really just want to have a gas station centric podcast. I feel like that's the
we
whole
should do
thing.
this soon. Maybe later this week.
At a gas station?
We could.
Wait,
Well, that's
I wonder
next
if-
level. But I
I wonder if I
just
could find a
love-
gas
I just
station
love
to do
talking
this at.
gas
well, dude,
stations.
have you been to a
honestly.
Buc-ee's?
Yeah, Buc-ee's
I
is
brought
great.
up Buc-ee's today, and Kona and Colton were like, Buc-ee's, okay.
Aren't they
didn't
just
want-
giant?
And they didn't want to talk about it.
They must have been tired or something.
Yeah, I think
It
so.
was
They-
a morning
They didn't have enough hot
podcast.
cocoa.
Also, you're doing this tomorrow morning, by the way.
Let's go. I mean, yeah.
He's
all
ready.
The,
He's
all
ready.
The time. Yeah.
He's
I
born
know.
ready.
Whenever.
He basically, I reached out to Luke early on. I'm like, hey, we want to do a bunch of content. He goes, I'm down for whatever. So I'm like, okay.
The whole
Schedule
time.
you
basically
in,
lives-
schedule
he
you in.
basically
If I can
lives in
park at the
Stockton now.
warehouse. Yes.
Yeah.
You can park there the whole week, sir.
So, straight up. Yeah.
We left the door. I don't know if you know this, but we left the back door open for you last night so you could go pee.
Yeah.
So
I held it. You know.
He's got an
But
amazing
for
bladder.
the rest of the week, the back door will be open for you.
Okay.
Arguably the strongest bladder in disc golf.
Hogan's is stronger.
It is.
I didn't see him
And
do
it's
anything.
not good
Nothing.
for you.
except
I literally
sleep.
didn't see him do anything
He slept
today.
and like wanted to get pet,
base-
and that's it.
Related to waste elimination, he didn't do. I didn't see him do anything.
No, that's why Jeremy
He
he showed up
barked.
today. He goes, "Hey, does your dog go pee?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think so."
So at one point it was like 11 o'clock, and we hear, "Boo!" Oh, Hogan must need something. And so we walk, and I go to the back, and sure enough, it's all dark, and he's by the back door. And I'm like, oh, he wants to go to the parking lot. He wants to go outside. But whatever. Open the door, and he stays out there for 7 hours.
He just stays there. Just doesn't move. Just
He
chills
wanders around
underneath.
a little bit. He checks out the van. But here's the thing. We come to realize about like 3 hours into this scenario that he's actually found the coolest place on the whole property.
Yeah, we end up
because
opening the
inside
door.
of the building
Got a little
is getting so
stagnant.
hot because there's like 8 or 9 people in there.
More than that. There. I mean, at times we had
we
like
guests.
15 people.
We had the
in
Gomez guys
building
came through today. We had a crews come through today.
Yeah, we were cooking food for everybody.
Yeah, we had Burger Day. Shout out Ben the Butcher.
Shout
the
out
listener.
Ben the Butcher.
He's over there with Crashy Baby.
You can hear Crash right now yelling.
Yeah.
I told him to leave to go outside and be quiet. That was
like, "What do you want me
only
to do?"
job was.
What-
He goes, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "Go outside and be quiet." What's he
look what he-
do?
and look what he's doing.
Inside being
He's just-
Crash
That dude got up this morning and swam.
every morning.
Yeah, he's on the whole fitness regime since he's been on unemployment.
Yeah. So if you've seen our very first commercial at the old shop, Crash is the guy that says cheers and has a giant belly.
He's toned it down.
He's toned it down like
He's really got into shape. Well, he's got
considerably.
kids now, so he's starting to think about
I mean,
things.
he's had kids, but
Yeah.
he's got another one now.
Where were we?
I don't remember.
Talk about Hogan.
So he was good.
so-
Independent study all day.
Yeah.
Good
So,
boy. Very good boy. Goodest boy? I think there's
The goodest
a lot
boy.
of consideration.
The goodest boy.
Yeah. I got lucky, honestly.
Let's
So
go back
how
to
long-
Texarkana, though.
Oh yeah, all right. We'll go there. We'll go to Texarkana.
yeah.
So you didn't really say where you're from.
He asked us what was Kansas. How do we feel about Kansas? I have very mixed
I was
feelings.
just driving Colby, and the thing that disturbed me was I walked into the lobby of the hotel where we were. Shout out Sam Sale, aka Fabian Christoph,
Fabian Christoph, CEO of Spin Cool.
former CEO of Spinkle. He's actually
He
off
got
the company.
Already off the company. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
God
kinda
damn it.
Yeah, we'll explain that to
We'll
him.
explain it later.
Anyways, so we're staying there, and I walked to the front desk and I asked, is there a newspaper? Is there a USA Today? Is there anything? Is there she's like, won't find a lot of newspapers around here.
That was the answer.
That was the answer from
Sounds
the front desk.
ominous as
Ominous as hell.
So it's like there's no news coming in,
there's no news
there's
going
no news
out.
going out.
they don't care.
It's Kansas.
Yeah.
It's
This is-
remote.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you wake up,
I found it to be very odd.
you go to work,
You milk the cow and then you go to work.
you go home.
And then you do your thing.
Sometimes you go to the Taco Bell. Sometimes you go to the hotel.
So
sometimes you drive the truck.
Sometimes you do the cornfields up and
It's spent 6 or 7 months living there, and as a Californian, people either love you or hate you, and there's like not an in between.
yeah, you're
Personally,
different.
I was a big California fan before I got here. I was just like, Californians, they seem fun.
But like some people just hate Californians off the bat, just for no reason. They're
They
like,
wanna
oh,
hate.
fucking
You're having
Californians.
too much fun.
Yeah.
Too much
And then
fun.
I went there and like.
Your place is too cool.
So here's the issues I have with Kansas. There's like only really 3, maybe 4,
All right, he
it's-
has a list of issues.
but they're like kind of major issues.
There's a bunch of
One-
people that have issues with Kansas. Shout out
One's
Dan
the-
Reynoso.
One's the weather,
Windy, hot,
windy, hot, and humid.
dangerous.
It's as hot as Texas in the summer and as cold as Minnesota in the winter.
Yep, and there's like tornadoes and things.
Oh yeah,
The
And, like,
worst of
yeah.
both were.
Yeah.
2's the bugs.
they out there.
They out there. They're big. I got bit the first week I was there on my neck, and I looked like a fucking crazy person with a big old red thing on my neck. And everyone's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not from here. What happened to me?"
A mosquito or what?
Yeah,
a chigger.
I think no, it wasn't a
You guys
chigger.
got
I've had
chiggers out
chiggers.
here?
Oh, we do now
We
for
had
the
them
first
back
time
home.
ever. And so, like the last 5 years, they started popping up, and like this county actually put out a report. Was like, "Hey, we have these bugs now.
Dude,
Chill."
welcome to Chiggers, California.
Yeah.
I
The
hate
rest
it, bro. They're terrible.
Good
oh
luck
my
with that.
gosh,
They're the
bro.
worst.
If you get into a patch of them and you didn't know it, and you didn't put on
Ankles
bug
are
spray, and
just
then you don't
awful.
shower for like 2
Yeah.
hours
big
afterwards.
big disc golf issue. Chiggers.
Chiggers, ticks.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I mean, they fucked Ricky up, man. Like, fuck ticks.
That was a European tick too.
Oh, fuck all the ticks. I hate the ticks.
Yeah, that was an Estonian tick.
They're
is
trying to
what I
fuck
heard.
one of our favorite golfers up.
Yeah, but he's come back stronger.
Dude,
can't
he's come
take
back
him
way
down.
stronger. You can't take that man down.
Wow.
Dude is a beast.
Rick said
He
he, would
might-
come on our podcast this week, so
He might be super powered. It's sort of a Spider-Man situation.
Yeah, I hope
Well,
so.
he's got his
killing it
mental
this
going.
year.
He's got his physical going. He eats well. He exercises.
Shout out Rick.
He practices.
Seriously, he's been inspirational the last couple of weeks. gotta
He's
say.
one of our
He's a
favorites.
Yeah.
beast.
He's one of our favorites, and he's staying at our boy Davo's house.
Let's go.
And Davo won AM 50
No shit.
at the AM 50 at OTB
Shout
Open.
out Davo.
So he's staying at Davo's house.
Hell of a
and-
guy.
Hell of a guy.
Love it.
He's very short.
Okay, so
But
those
he's
are
great.
my impressions of Kansas.
I didn't
Unfortunately,
finish.
it felt somewhat. I'm not gonna say it. It felt a little bit racist to me.
Yep. Same. That's my other thing.
Dude,
So
if-
here's
little-
one
I felt
thing.
a little bit
This is
uncomfortable.
racist, bro. Oh my gosh! Like, go to Louisiana or Arkansas,
Sure.
straight up Alabama.
So I
had the
have
opportunity-
a thing where the president of Bethany College is a white man married to a white woman, and
surprise.
for some reason they can't
Classic.
have children, so they've adopted a bunch of non-white children, and the KKK hung nooses and drew small outlines of children on their driveway when I was there. So when I say like, oh, it felt racist, it's because it was very racist when I was
Lindsberg.
in the place I was.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if it was Lindsberg people or if it was people in the nearby area. It's
Yeah.
in the fucking middle of nowhere.
One of the places I lived was Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Ooh.
It's like
very cool.
third biggest city in the world.
Yeah.
And I have 2 adopted siblings from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, that's
who
wild.
grew up in Wichita, Kansas for a portion of their lives.
I've
but-
been to Wichita many times, so
Yeah,
that's where I
so-
flew in and out of.
Right. It's the fly spot. But no, my folks live there still. And
Sao Paulo, industrial capital of Brazil.
It is. There's
Yep.
2 capitals in Brazil. Lots of people don't know.
Brasilia.
Yeah, Brasilia, the inland capital.
That's the political capital.
We also lived in Tokyo, Japan.
Wow.
That's wild.
So what's happening here? Military family? Why are you traveling so much?
Business. Yeah.
Business?
Father worked for Cargill. It's an agricultural
Ooh,
company.
big ol' agricultural
privately owned.
company.
Yeah, big. Yeah, they're in
Interesting.
everything. He was in the beef portion, and then kind of jumped around helping businesses that had failed and
Brazilian
and Cargill
beef.
had bought.
Huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, and then
So what
Tosho-
ages are we in? Are you in Brazil?
I am like first memories. I'm
Like
age-
real young.
Yeah,
The formative years.
yeah, 1 to 3, 1 to
Okay.
4, and then we go to the Panhandle of Texas.
Hmm.
It's a little town outside of Lubbock. I can't even think of the name of it right
Texas
now.
Tech area. Plainview, Texas.
Yeah,
That's
just-
like the community colleges there, right?
I've heard of Plainview,
there's a
Texas for some reason.
slaughterhouse. My pops ran a slaughterhouse. They killed 6,000 head a day.
Wow.
That's a lot of
That's
killing.
a lot of beef.
Do you like steak?
I love it.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here. I don't care.
I don't really care either. Like we got to eat somehow.
There's tons of cows.
There are tons of cows.
Literally, we
it's
could make
it's a
more
very
cows. Yeah.
the little Dicky thing was the best thing to me, where he's like, it's the pillow talking. Have you seen that music video?
I love Lil Dicky. Though.
So like he has sex
Shout
with
out
some
Lil
girl,
Dicky.
and on the music video he's like talking to her after the sex about things.
Oh yeah.
And like
They're
one of the things
discussing
that
beef
pop up
features?
is like veganism type of thing, and he basically like explains like, well, we can either hunt them or we can like grow them to eat.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it's a very Little Dicky pillow talking episode. Logic,
Like, he'll
and
drop
it's
some
like,
logic
oh,
and
yeah.
say, oh well, all right.
We have to do this,
Yeah. It's
or
way
else we're
better.
gonna starve.
Yeah. Do you like steak? You ask people, and the answer is
Yep.
Generally, yes.
generally.
It's a delicious ribeye.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is. It's fantastic. And we were given them at the end of the day. Like if you believe the Bible, or if you just
Oh.
believe that like we're in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. My thing is like, people are part of nature, and the whole point of nature is to survive.
Yeah.
It's the best
And-
way to look at it.
What do you think about like reproducing?
So
Cows or people? Cows, I'm all for it.
I have a few. I won't personally do it on purpose.
What a weird way to start whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah, I won't personally reproduce on purpose. If it happens, it happens.
Okay.
But like I don't personally feel like I can raise someone well at this point in my life.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit like I'm like, if I really want kids that bad, like there's plenty of people that are already born that need parents.
It's true.
Good point.
So
I was listening to the Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to those two.
yeah,
Killers.
I love
They're
Chappelle,
scheduled to
too.
come on our podcast, right?
Yeah, I also
Couple
emailed Will
weeks.
Smith.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
we emailed all of them.
All of them are going to be on.
Yeah, but their people
But-
are talking to our people.
Yeah, no, they were talking about like reproducing and having kids and whatever else in this one, and then Dave hit me with some logic. He was like, if you think at all you're a responsible person, a good person, then you probably have an obligation to reproduce because there's so many idiots out here
Who are
having
doing it.
kids, throwing off the ratio. That if you're actually like, I mean, you
In
seem
a healthy,
yeah.
educated relationship.
all right.
Sure.
Like, if you're a good person, probably have a kid, man.
What if you're like a
need him
really good
around.
person, but like really bad with money?
That
could be an
the
issue.
person that you have the kid with needs
Hopefully
to
be good at money.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I look for then.
Opposites attract, Aaron. I don't know if you heard that.
That's my issue. All right.
What, are you attracting the wrong opposite?
I don't know.
All right, so I was chilling in Plainview, right?
Yeah.
Kicking it. All the home videos of me, you can't even. I have such a Texas draw that
Yep.
you can't even understand me. I leave there when I'm like a first grader, chill in Kansas for like 5 years.
Uh-huh.
We go to Tokyo, Japan after that.
Wow.
That's
Japan.
a big jump.
Yeah,
Plainview, Texas to
We're talking about Kobe beef.
So Wichita, Kansas for,
a few years.
yeah, and then
And then to Tokyo.
yeah, some fire ass Kobe
Some
beef.
real Kobe
Yeah.
beef.
Dude, the sushi over there, man. Just,
So you're of the age, yeah, you can really remember this now.
yeah.
How old are you?
7th, 8th, 9th grade.
Ooh, that's formative years right there.
Big
It's really where
time,
I'd like
dude.
to go.
There are
I'd love to go to
cigarettes
Japan.
in vending machines. There are beers in vending machines.
That's my life right there.
Like anything you want to try,
You're
you can
in the
try
city.
over there. Yeah,
That's great.
Which city?
Tokyo.
Big city.
Yeah.
Japan.
So
Wow.
by the time I'm
10 million?
by the time
15?
I'm 13,
How-
I've lived in 2 of the 3 biggest cities in the world.
That's incredible.
You just need New York City, right?
No.
Or now it's like a
it's
bunch of
Mexico
other ones.
City.
Mexico
The biggest
City, dude.
place in the world now is
in India.
it's in China. It's
Oh.
it's like basically a state. It's the size of like California almost.
Sounds terrible.
It's huge. I can't even pronounce the name.
We need more stuff like Stockton.
Stockton's great, man. It's a
Dude,
cool.
There's a
Y'all-
lot of
y'all got a
potential.
gym
There's
here,
a lot of
man.
potential here.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
we
a lot of
have our issues.
space.
I won't like
There's
deny
room to grow.
Stockton, California's issues. It hasn't been like
Yeah.
necessarily the safest city over the last 20 years or the richest city over the last 20 years.
I literally haven't been mugged the whole time I've lived here.
but like the last,
Have you been mugged?
I've never been mugged in my life.
I think Kyle has, but he lives in Lodi.
Yeah, Lodi's worse.
Shout out,
I'm
Kyle.
kidding, it's not. But Lodi's the wine capital of the
Of
Central
this
Valley.
area. Yeah.
I don't know. Stockton's a city that's growing, city that's had a lot of issues. We've had some really terrible politics and mayors and
Yeah.
bad
Like crooked stuff? Or you
yeah,
talking about like
very crooked.
scandals and
All of it. Scandals, crooked,
Yeah.
a lot of
hookers and
things.
booze?
Our police department hasn't been the cleanest.
Aggressive police presence.
police presence with some like steroid allegation ring type
Steroid?
stuff. Yeah.
They,
Oh,
the
They like
cops
to-
are doing
they like
steroids?
to-
Yeah.
like to rip.
There's some things that are going on here, and
I
it's
came
getting
from
better.
LA.
It's getting better.
And there was
Like,
a whole
this
thing in
is-
LA where it was like a whole like prison or a whole police gang theory with like related to tattoos and stuff, and it was like really
There's a lot of
disturbing.
things going on that are interesting.
Really?
And here comes Crash walking.
Maybe
down.
we should lay in the tone. Here comes
Here comes Crash.
Hey Crash.
This guy over here and his ball golf abilities.
Yo.
Okay,
Was
so-
that a 76?
What?
It's a par 71. Played
Let's
from
go,
the
baby.
tips.
Yep. Played the
And
tips.
absolutely annihilated.
the money?
How many
You took the
birdies?
money today?
Oh, yeah.
20
Oh, yeah.
birdies?
I had 3 birdies, dude.
That's all? It
200
seemed like
birdies?
20.
I had 3 bogeys, 2
Crash, what
birdies,
happened
front
to you?
9.
He and KJ, who me? I shot, it doesn't matter.
I heard.
Was it
More?
consequential?
I heard
Shot
whatever
more.
your score was to add 10.
102. I shot a 92, I said.
And Alistair.
But hey, between KJ and Luke here, I mean,
They got
it
some-
was a birdie fest.
some skills.
But you should have seen, like KJ. The thing with KJ
pounds
is,
it.
if he's in the middle of the fairway, he'll fuck up.
Yeah.
But if he's over in somebody else's fairway, he'll put it 4 feet from the pin.
He did that a couple
Absolutely,
times. Yeah.
just
Isn't that annoying? Isn't that
insane.
annoying?
just get the kid to focus. I think Alistair said after the round, if you focus this weekend like you do from the other fairway,
Yeah.
you're gonna win.
We're down if KJ wins.
Thanks. Hey, that was Crash, everybody.
So
Let's
I don't,
give him a round of applause.
Crash is
Yo.
amazing. Shout out to Crash for
Shout out Crash.
Amazing.
one thing. Like he's the president of the Delta Windjammers, the president of our disc golf club.
Sick.
He's the best host of any. Like you might have issues with how he runs some tournaments. You'll never have an issue with how he runs parties.
Those are great party.
Throws a great event. Throws a great party.
As you'll
You
see.
need that friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like sort of becoming that friend.
Okay, so you're in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Are you aware of disc golf yet?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, no,
Not
no.
even close.
This is like 1999,
Yeah.
2000, 2001. The trade towers happened while I was in Tokyo.
How are you? How old
Okay.
are you?
I am 34.
34.
So I'm 30. I'm 31, born 89. So I was
Right in the
8th
middle.
grade. No, 2001. I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
9/11.
I was in my first
was
year of
8.
college, like a weekend,
Okay.
and then
How old are
happened.
you?
I'm 38.
Okay.
We got a good little range of the 30s right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Young
yeah.
30s, middle 30s, and older
there was
30s.
there was bomb threats on all the international schools, like almost across the world after that happened. So I didn't have to go to school for like a month straight up. We just hung out, man.
I went to a little hodunk school, so we're going to class.
We're yo, we're good.
Like
Yeah.
we just sell cherries around here, and we're going to class.
Straight up, dude. Y'all's
The
fruits
cherry,
and
it's cherry
stuff, right?
season.
cherries?
We're coming
Yeah.
to cherry season, right?
Sweet,
right now.
sweet
I
cherries
should-
are
I should pick
popping.
some
I saw
cherries.
the
Jer-
sign.
I live in a cherry orchard.
Yeah.
What?
I should pick some
We have
cherries.
cherry connections. We need those at the shop.
All right, I'll try to get some cherries in the
Yeah.
shop this week.
I was about to buy a
I want to
bag
shoot a
at the
video
Save Mart.
doing cherry stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let me
cherry
call some
picking
people.
in Stockton,
Let me call
dude.
some people.
Yeah.
All right. We'll find a way to do this.
That'd be
I
awesome.
got friends. We're doing cherry.
Did you hear
cherry
that?
picking.
There's going to be some cherry related.
Don't eat
footage.
too many though. You'll.
Who doesn't like cherries?
Who is
Everyone.
that? Do you see them out there?
Like either you like them cold, fresh, deep pitted, or you like them in your whiskey or something.
Yeah, you like it. Dude,
all I know
cherries
is
are
that
bomb.
J Daddy Farms likes a big old bing.
Yeah. So cherries in this area are sold to both Japan and like Saudi Arabia.
Dude,
and
I bet
Best cherries in the world.
in
Yeah.
Japan cherries are so expensive.
Cherry
bro.
blossom.
They
Oh,
can't grow-
they
can't
sell them
grow
for like
cherries over
$4 a cherry.
there. A cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, cantaloupes are like $50 over there, yo.
Yeah. Then they get them all.
Certain produce is
Dude,
just
so
crazy.
you
Melons can be like hundreds of dollars sometimes.
So Linden, California is right outside of Stockton. Linden, California. And we get people that are like friends of ours that send us pictures from Japan, from Dubai,
Damn.
and it'll say Linden, California cherries on the side of the box, and they're buying it from the grocery store. And it's like, this is where I went to high school at, and it's when Eric, owner of Cast Iron, also went to high school there. And it's a little town outside of Stockton. It's like 1,500 people. Aaron Judge, a right fielder for the New York Yankees,
Yeah,
went to Linden High School
Yeah.
from right outside Stockton.
set the home run record for
As a rookie,
Yeah.
50 home runs.
Good recall.
Golly, bro.
Yeah, so
Picking cherries,
his
bro.
dad was my basketball coach.
I wonder how many cherries he ate and if that had anything
lot.
to do with it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
His mom was
I think
a
he's probably
world.
somewhere around like 4 dozen cherries a day.
His mom was a world star athlete, like
And he's a giant.
6'7", 270.
He's a giant.
I started eating cherries a lot in
The
the van.
nicest human ever.
It's a nice snack to have.
Yeah.
It's healthy. It lasts. You know, like
Yeah.
you take a little sunlight. You
Yeah.
can handle not being in the fridge. And then I found out that cherries kind of add or like a sleep aid. So if you're like pounding cherries for like hours,
It's also like a gut
it
cleaner.
might make you want to go to sleep.
Really?
It also
it's a
make
little
you
bit-
want to go to the bathroom.
I heard
That's
it's good
great.
to eat the pits.
I don't do
They're
that.
very hard.
No, I didn't.
Grind 'em?
Actually.
Like, what do you do with that?
Do you
Like, do you
grind
put it
that?
in a
You snort
tea
that.
or what?
No, you
You
throw 'em away.
snort
They're
it?
poisonous, I think.
Are they?
Don't eat the
I have no
pit.
clue.
You're gonna
I just
plant,
know-
maybe I'll
Yeah,
plant
I was
one.
kidding.
Cherries just fuck your stomach up if you eat too many of them. Generally,
I mean, generally, if it's that
It's a lot of
difficult to
sugar.
eat, I don't try it.
Are they sweet cherries or black cherries or what? And I also
Sweet
saw
cherries.
signs for oranges.
we got all of it. I mean,
This
oranges
is
are a little
artichoke
harder.
country. Have you ever seen an artichoke grow in the wild?
They're wild, dude.
No.
It looks wild.
You got to see that.
Is there more than one artichoke per plant?
It grows with a stalk.
Like a pineapple.
And there's a whole
almost.
field of stalks like this with a giant
giant
thing
artichoke.
on
They
top.
like one
Just
each.
one
In a
artichoke
field.
per.
Normally.
Huge fields.
There are some weird artichokes, but
Yeah.
It's not like corn though, because there's like multiple ears
so
per
no,
stalk.
it's like a bush,
Yeah.
like a small bush
Yeah.
with like almost like an aloe plant with a flower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that, like with one stalk of an artichoke.
Just whack the top off the artichoke.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
Take it, and you just.
What a weird thing artichoke is.
It's such a fertile
So,
crescent. where we
I don't
live.
know if you're familiar with
Yeah.
this, but Stockton is very well known for its asparagus.
Yeah.
And the same weekend as OTB Open, the Asparagus Festival is going on.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a little bit contentious right now. Like big
What?
asparagus is kind
So
of leaning
asparagus,
on
if you
us.
want like asparagus ice cream,
They wanted to get cast iron tonight, actually. A
go out after
Asparagus
you're
people?
around.
little bit awkward.
Asparagus Festival,
Dude,
deep
those
fried
are the-
asparagus.
the
It's at the
making-
racetrack.
Asparagus.
We have an 8th Mile racetrack, and that's where the Asparagus Festival is.
There's going to be 1 million people at the
Yeah.
asparagus festival.
Really?
I don't know about a
No,
1
no,
million.
I'm joking.
Okay,
It used
okay.
to be like the biggest event in NorCal for a long
That's
time.
sick, man.
And it
That's
got
sick.
it got way smaller.
All right.
There's
There's
garlic-
Pirate Nate right there.
So my little brother, his wife's parents own an asparagus farm in Kansas,
Oh, that's wild.
and they've got like white asparagus and like red asparagus.
Purple?
and,
All right.
Like
We got purple and green here. Is
They're-
mostly what we got.
they're doing like 400 pounds a day. It's like a
That's wild.
massive.
So we like we still have the asparagus festival, but Stockton kind of got away from asparagus.
Why?
And
Makes your peas smell funny.
it's a little
no,
funky.
basically
It's so
what
funky.
it is
It's a funky pea.
Instantly funky.
They love it here.
Mexico
Every
grows
time
it.
we're grilling, they're like, "Hey,
asparagus is my favorite.
what about asparagus?" I'm like, "Sure, we can
Stockton.
cook asparagus."
It's a
again."
Stockton
Sure.
thing,
And
man.
then all of a
Butter in
sudden,
there
we were
with the
cooking
Parmesan
asparagus
or
with
what?
every
So
meal.
Black
for
pepper?
basically like 40 years.
Sometimes straight on the grill, sometimes sautéed in butter and garlic.
So
sometimes
Oak Grove, you've been played Oak Grove before.
Absolutely.
It's the original, the OG Stockton course. It was one course. Now it's 2 courses, 2 18s. Actually, it's an 18 and a 19. So, and across the street, that's where the Asparagus Festival used to be, is the grounds of our two current courses.
across 8 Mile.
Yep. No. So at 8 Mile,
Yeah.
is where the Asparagus Festival used to be. They used to
Okay.
put stages out there, bands, 100,000 people over a weekend, like crazy amounts of people. And across the street, there's like wide open fields.
Just crazy for asparagus. You
Wide-
can imagine,
dude. And so
Like
across the
the
street, it used to be
green
like
hue in their
hundreds
eye.
of acres of asparagus
Tint.
across the street.
There's like booths and they're like sampling stuff. Is what
Legit-
I'm imagining.
yeah,
Deep fried
legitimately deep fried
asparagus.
asparagus ice cream, asparagus and
Cheese
fucking
stuffed
cheese
asparagus.
asparagus and
I've never even
drinks.
been. I'm
These
just
people-
channeling different dishes right
These
now.
people
fucking
go
great.
hard for asparagus.
Hard for asparagus. in
Asparagus
Stockton, man.
spread. There's a whole asparagus spread dunk tank.
Speaking of dunk tanks, we're having one at OTB Open Weekend.
I've
You win?
dunked
You
so
wanna-
many people.
Do you want to
in
get
my
dunked?
day.
Do you want to be a
He
dunk?
deals. He's like the Randy Johnson of dunk tanks. I don't know if you heard.
We're doing it with
Yeah.
frisbees though, not baseballs.
Yeah, with
Oh.
You
practice
got to
wizards,
knock it with a
with
frisbee.
training wizards.
With training wizards.
It's so hard to hit a spot like
Training
that.
wizard.
I mean, like when.
But
it's,
if you give
when it's-
47 kids 37 opportunities.
yeah, somebody's getting dunked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give
I nominate
Kevin Jones,
Nate Perkins.
Kevin Jones nominated himself. I nominated myself.
Kevin Jones nominated himself
Yeah, I told him there's a dunk tank. He goes, "Oh, I'm in." And I'm like,
on getting dunked or dunking.
getting dunked.
I feel like he wants to dunk somebody.
he
I think
meant
he
dunking.
wants both.
Ooh,
I also think it was also very hot when I asked him.
ooh, he was
Oh.
thinking water.
It is Stockton. It's very hot here.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Because we were just like we were south, closer to the equator. Like science would tell us that we were in a hotter spot in Oceanside.
You were
but-
by the ocean.
yeah.
Ocean breezes.
We're in the middle of the valley.
If you went directly west, straight to the ocean, right now it would
It'd be
be
cold.
25 degrees cooler.
so
It's
San
just-
Francisco in the summertime is
Wild.
very cold.
Yeah.
Right.
San Francisco in the wintertime is pretty warm.
What?
Opposite weather of here. Basically, if it's warm here, probably cold there. if
Relatively
it's cold
warm.
here,
Never
it's
out of
relatively.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just mostly kind
That's
of
so
on the
wild.
cool. And more,
Yeah.
and the humidity makes it feel colder. And then if you're just up and down the coast, it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm at the Pacific Ocean, and
You come here and it's really dry.
this
real
is the
dry.
valley.
It's real valley. This is dry. This is a valley. It's
the real
dry.
deal.
It's
I can dig it.
It's the frying pan for a reason.
we have a tournament called the Frying Pan every July.
Y'all just toast.
It's like 100 plus.
The hottest golf I ever played was finishing up at Tracy, and when I finished my round, it was 103 degrees, and the MPO lead card was starting,
Dude,
and they finished in I think it was 109.
the Texans are laughing at y'all right now.
That's
I
great.
mean, it gets 115 here once or twice a year.
That's,
Like it's hot.
the year I moved to Texas, it didn't get below 100 for 40 days and 40
That's
nights.
crazy. That's wild.
The
yeah, I
night-
was relieved
the
when it
night
got
too.
when it got down to 85 during the Tracy tournament. I was like, thank God.
We're not that hot. Like
Yeah.
we'll have like 4 nights a year where it'll be like 2 in the morning and I'll look at my fucking
Still
thing
baking.
and it's like 95 and I'm like, what in the fuck is going on right now?
That's Texas, dude. It
Yeah.
does. The sun goes
Hey.
down, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
help.
believe you.
But we like tonight. It was warm today.
How's the humidity here, though? It's pretty
Dry.
dry, right?
It's dry. Super
So
low.
Texas is-
I wear
oh
pants
my
almost
God.
all
You
year.
s- you
Yeah,
you saw
You-
today it was very hot.
Yeah,
We step outside right now. It was hot when we came in to the podcast.
Yeah,
you step
yeah.
outside right now. It's perfect.
perfect.
Like
Yeah.
the perfect night
Even though
weather.
it was hot today in the shade with a good breeze, dude.
Yeah, it's not too bad here. It gets
Bro.
warm, but
Kevin Jones, like halfway through the round, said, "Crash. There's nothing I would rather be doing with my life right now than being right here." Like,
It's
it
great,
was
That's
perfect.
great.
It was money.
That made it a
that
day.
piece of property is fucking
Gorgeous.
spectacular, man.
1910. I mean, if you're picking properties in 1910, like you're picking some right.
Pick of the litter.
So people that don't know Stockton, if you're picking a
Mudville.
property, this place 100 years ago was just all mud, all oak trees. Like And so you have these properties. You have Oak Grove, you have Swenson, you have Stockton Golf and Country Club, and they all have 100+ year old oaks on the
Sick.
property, like giant,
Massive trees.
massive oak trees that are just spectacular.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You guys you've been ranked first in like the best trees in the United States.
Yeah, like
3 times.
Yeah,
Tree
we have
City.
a lot of trees.
That was
Yeah.
Sacramento before
Sacramento
they
was
became
a city
the
of
farm to
trees.
table capital.
Fork to farm capital of the world.
Fork to farm. Fork
Yeah,
to
there's
farm.
Well,
like
farm to fork. Sorry.
Y'all
Farm to
have
fork.
over 100,000 trees in Stockton.
Yeah, and a lot of types.
Tree
like,
City,
a lot
USA?
of types of
Official designation?
trees grow here.
Yeah, city population 309,
Yeah.
309,000.
He's got the stats, folks.
Look at him. He just did some research on Stockton. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
He
man.
loves Stockton.
I was like, why do I like this place so much? Let me research. to
Oh, it
figure
must be
out.
the ratio of people to trees.
People to trees
It's
is
definitely
good.
yeah.
Ratio of water to
We have
people is
Oak
pretty
Park
good.
right down the street. Maybe you've had a chance to wander over there yet.
You should
haven't.
check
It's
it
Nice
out,
place
man.
to take a little walk.
Good
We're
walk.
hoping to get some baskets
It's got a nature
down there.
area.
But you got to think like with that many trees, the oxygen level in this town has to be better than average.
Yeah.
Well, we hope
I would
so
guess.
because we're anticipating, unfortunately, could be a bad fire season.
Yeah, we do get fire season. Like basically when NorCal, Santa Cruz, and the mountains catch on fire,
The good thing about
all
Stockton,
the smoke settles in Stockton.
yeah, it does have the delta
What?
breezes, but I guess it eventually those kind of
We get trapped by the
slow down.
mountains.
Yeah,
We got 2 mountain ranges on both sides of us.
I'm down in
So y'all just
Tracy.
got smoked out the other year.
A little bit hotter down
It
in
was
Tracy.
bad. Like
Yeah.
last 3 years has been real bad.
Yeah, you can.
Fires.
dude.
And as you go north, I remember visiting. We moved my friends to Sacramento. You can just smell it the whole time.
Sacramento gets worse than Stockton because they have
Yeah.
less breeze.
Nobody cares what gender your baby is. Quit setting shit on fire.
Keep it in your pants.
Yeah, quit setting shit on fire. Just stop doing that.
Not worth it.
PG&E, get your fucking shit together.
You know what?
Man,
In the shop, J Daddy Farms, they're showing a lot of discretion with their gender reveal. You know,
I'm glad, dude.
no
Fuck
fireworks.
gender reveals. No fireworks.
Yeah, he's having
No
a small.
bombs.
He's having a small mural commissioned. That's it.
A small mural.
here's a good gender reveal. Dup, 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 dup. Doctor walks into the room.
Yeah.
You're having a boy.
Yeah, that's dope.
Whoa.
All right.
Keep it sort of
Yeah.
private, and then like later, hey,
Maybe open.
yo, I'm
a,
having a boy.
Maybe open a can of.
Whoop ass.
I was gonna say like a Pepsi.
Kind of.
We're not sponsored by Pepsi, but
We're
Jolt
sponsored
Cola.
by like
open
Blaker
open
Brewing,
a Jolt,
and we're sponsored
open a
by
Jolt
High Water
Cola.
Brewing, and we're sponsored by
open a Surge.
Morgan Territory Brewing.
Dude.
Open a
that's what's up.
Baja Blast.
Have you ever had an Austin East Cider?
Nope, but I'm down.
A cider?
East Cider?
Yeah, I'm sponsored by Austin East Ciders.
You
Austin,
gotta
Texas.
Get some. We'll do a shout out. We'll do
Yeah,
a
they
fucking
kill
beer
it.
review.
Yeah, they've got
All right.
pineapple. They've got all sorts of
We'll
fire
tag them.
flavors.
We'll tag them in it. And
The extra dry, if that's your deal.
dude, so I want to
Keep it
like
dry.
really shout out to Luke for wearing tie dye on tie dye Tuesday.
For real. He changed.
Yeah, I did.
That don't matter. He understood. He recognized,
Yeah.
and he was like, "It's tie dye. I gotta wear tie dye."
Straight up. I loved the vibe. Yeah. Kev did it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin did it this
immediately-
morning.
Well,
It was great.
I was really reassured when I turned to Luke late last night, and I said, "Yay, tomorrow, tie-dye Tuesday. Don't forget. Did you bring some tie-dye?" And his only response was, "Don't worry, I'm packing." And sure enough, he was.
We had
just
a
like
fun
his
night at the
rock,
shop
just like
last
his
night.
rock cleaner. He's packing.
Oh, yeah. Lapidary equipment. You don't carry it on you,
Lapidary
everybody?
equipment. I
Yeah,
love
straight
that.
up. Flat lap.
Lapidermist?
A
No,
lapidologist.
lapidologist.
All right, I got a question. How do you feel about the main event?
One of the most fun competitions I've ever competed in.
Okay.
Honestly.
It's wild, right?
I
Hey,
love the vibe.
You don't have to say that.
I'm saying it
'Cause he
because
means
I
it.
believe it. Yeah,
Okay.
I really do.
That's
These guys
respect.
play in their office, warehouse, amazing space of creation, and
It's actually a think tank.
a think
Yeah,
tank.
it is a think tank. That's a correct way to put it.
With baskets everywhere, have created in a small space a highly difficult, disc golf situation, and using blowflies.
Disc golf
which is
situation
perfect.
is correct.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, it's a situation.
A course.
This course is like
That's
loose.
very
It's
suggestive.
loose.
Situation. Accurate.
Situation accurate.
You have to make it in a basket that's obscured, most likely,
Yeah,
right
correct.
next to other baskets that you cannot make it in, or you're giving
Shouldn't
people
make it
six
in.
packs.
Yeah,
or
we had
you're
18
like
beers delivered this morning.
Yeah,
buying
he backed it up.
lunches.
Yeah,
Did he?
Joe
Yeah, Joe
brought
brought it
18
up.
beers a day.
Did he?
Yeah, shout out
I
to
owe,
Joe.
I owe a six pack. Yeah.
I owe a 6-pack and $10.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, we had that written down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Yeah, Kev got the win in a playoff yesterday.
Yeah,
That's
Kevin,
Shout out Pirate
unbelievable.
Nate. Pirate Nate's
See you soon,
winning.
bud.
Or leaving.
His second appearance on the course. Kevin Jones used his knowledge.
Yeah.
He seized an opportunity. Aaron, frankly, had it in the bag.
I blew it.
Yeah, I did.
I had
And
an
he
ace
kinda
early in the
started to
round.
get a little confident, maybe a little,
Yeah.
little showy.
I got very showy. I
It turned
tried to
into
go
a
for a multiple big
quadruple
shots.
bogey or a quintuple bogey. Quadruple bogey
five
on the
over.
final hole.
I went from 1 over to 6 over,
Which
and
you'd
a
think-
tie with Kevin Jones, and I lost in the playoffs.
Which you'd think would be hard to get
Yeah.
5 over on a hole.
To
but
win?
On the same course, we've witnessed a player
17.
get both a hole in one and a 17. 14 over, or is it 15 over?
It was a 14 over.
14 over on the same round.
Yeah, that was Crash, actually. Crash
The
both got
aforementioned
an
Crash.
ace and
Crash
a
ace
14
and a
over
14 over.
Oh my god.
on the same
same
round.
round.
6
I mean,
holes
that's
course.
the main event.
That's the main event.
That's why we play.
Yeah.
That's why we, yeah.
It was
that's why we
great.
go-
So
that's why we show up every day.
to all you pros, I still have never
welcome.
been beat in regulation.
Come on.
I've only been beat via
Conrad.
playoff.
I'm
by
happy
James
to have
Conrad
lost to James Conrad and to Kevin Jones.
Yeah. I have beat Kevin Jones once, and I have beat Garrett Gurthey and Jessica
Shout out
Luis
Garrett
once.
Gurthey. Shout out
Garrett
Jessica
played?
Luis. Yeah.
Garrett played and did not do so hot.
It's tricky. It's tricky.
It's tricky.
I really didn't do
It
too
favors a
hot.
taller player. Let's be honest.
Dude, in honesty, it favors someone that's amazing with a putter, like James Conrad
Correct.
And Kevin Jones.
and Kevin Jones. They're
Yeah.
both
They
spectacular.
do
Yeah.
special things.
Yeah.
I had an early lead though. I had a late lead the first time, or no, I was bad the first time I beat Kev. He had an early lead and he blew it late.
He didn't even mention it, but you even had an ace. and
I
you
did
still
ace.
lost.
I aced the
It was
second hole.
Pure.
I aced the second hole of the tournament, and
Some
it
people
was my
say
best
it
ace
was
ever.
better than the Kevin Jones ace, but other people say no, that's not true.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation.
There's a lot of speculation. It wasn't on camera though, so
True.
Yeah, it still is good though. I mean,
so
Kevin Jones called it the best win of his career.
somebody looked at me and was like, "So what do you get for that?" And I was like, "I got to high five all of my friends."
like 12 of them
Yeah, and Kevin Jones
No
and
dollars.
Luke Humphries.
in a row. Yeah.
Nothing.
It was great.
Yeah.
How many times has Kevin aced in front of you?
0.
Yeah.
I've aced in
what a
front of him
jerk.
once.
Frankly, it's jerk behavior.
This is jerk behavior. I gotta tell him that later.
All right, we'll solve that.
All right. So we're sort of like winding down a little bit more now. We really got to ask you, like, you got to rank Bigfoot, aliens, and ghosts.
Where'd you go after
What are the
Tokyo?
most likely to happen?
Where did you go after Japan?
All right. This is my question, by the way.
I know it is. You asked me this earlier,
All right.
Yeah.
and so now I'm asking you.
Okay. To answer you, I went back to Kansas
Right.
and then went to Arkansas. Well, while I was in Kansas, I went to Kansas State. Got
Manhattan's
shout out
amazing.
KSU.
I love Manhattan,
Well,
Kansas.
that's where I
The
went.
best part of Kansas.
yeah, Aggieville. You've been to Aggieville?
Yeah, it's my favorite part of
It
Kansas.
was a portion of the reason I got academically expelled 2 times.
Oh, I'm in that boat also.
You
so.
can only get expelled twice, though, if you write a badass letter to get yourself back in, which I did.
Respect.
Yeah. And then promptly got.
kicked out
Kicked
again.
out.
Yeah. So,
So my type of guy. That's why we get along.
It happens.
It does. It does.
Don't do
You
that, kids.
If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Don't force it.
Yeah.
I was trying to force it at that point.
Right.
And I went back to school a lot later on in life, went to WSU, graduated with a business management degree, and, you know.
And now he's the voice of disc golf. Skins matches.
Yeah, using all of that knowledge.
Yeah,
Thank
and-
goodness.
And his rock polishing game is arguably second to none.
Yeah.
That's proper. Not going to lie. All right.
Pretty damn good.
Okay.
So I am at like 0% on Sasquatch.
0?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm really low on Sasquatch also. You heard my
Yeah.
answer earlier.
I'm just, man.
Because we don't believe there's a man primate kind of hybrid still around.
I think he'd be found already.
Yeah.
That's my
It's just
thing. I
too
think
easy
he'd
to
be
catch 'em.
found.
We know about too much stuff. Like, people can't even elude us that have opposable thumbs that work and guns and cell phones and technology and all that stuff. Like, we find everybody. We heat track them. We find everybody. We
find everybody, everything.
I'm at 0%.
But is
Unless,
anyone-
unless Sasquatch
Who
is in the
besides
ocean.
who besides the History Channel is really trying to find them?
that one guy.
At
Somebody
all
was
of
just
them.
telling me, like,
Elon
the
Musk?
survival guy.
I feel like Elon's trying to find him.
If Elon ever tries to find him, and
He'd be found.
yeah, well,
Maybe.
that or he wouldn't. Are you a believer? Where are you at?
I'm not really a
This guy
believer
over
of
here.
Elon, so
Are
I
you
feel like there's a
kidding me?
lot of territory out
I feel
there.
like I used to be a believer in Elon, and then he started like being wild.
I mean, when I heard this category earlier, I said
Twitter
ghosts
got
were
to
the
his
most
head.
likely to exist. So I feel like I'm an outlier.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm the ghost least likely to exist. And I
Ghost?
put Sasquatch slightly ahead of that. And aliens,
Very likely.
like 99.99999% sure are real.
Well, we definitely differ on that one.
That's cool.
I'm at 0.005% chance of aliens' existence.
All right. We got to talk about this a
0.005.
little bit
Essentially
later.
nothing, but I'm giving a caveat.
That's kind of how I feel about Sasquatch.
that it could happen.
It's not going to. Honestly, it's,
No aliens
it's zero.
anywhere.
No,
I don't
like-
think aliens are going to visit Earth.
Like we don't.
But there's a life form somewhere out there.
Is there though? Like we can't even find water. We can't even find.
We found water. We found water on planets we can't reach.
But our universe is so big we can't even fathom.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know that we have either. Not like water in a substantial, a livable, like something that's gonna
Yeah.
be
But
proactive.
for me, it's just mathematically, like the odds that we're the only people are very fucking low.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
it.
we hear. Yeah.
Okay. But we're not talking about people. We're talking about
Things.
organisms or life.
Anything.
Not like
forms or
bacteria though. We're talking
Why,
about
why doesn't
bacteria.
bacteria count?
Sentient beings.
we're talking about intellectual
Sentient beings? I still all right. But
Conscious-
it goes down to
conscious
like
beings.
99.7431742%, but
But you believe in ghosts.
I do. I'm a hundo on.
See,
that.
that's my
You're
guy.
a
That's
hundo
my
on
guy right
ghosts, huh?
there.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Bro, I'm
Spirits.
fairly low.
just
I
like-
wanna. I gotta pick your brain a little bit about
There's
this.
a spiritual.
Realm.
Yeah.
Is that a good word?
that,
Yeah.
that envelops us.
Dude, yeah, there's a battle going on. Evil and
The,
good.
the only way I would believe that it has to do with like mushrooms help me.
Sure.
I can see that a little bit more because of psychedelics. I'll just say that
Okay.
psychedelics help me
Fair
believe that
enough.
more
Vision.
than like if I didn't do those
Vision.
before.
That's what we
Fair
call
enough.
that. Vision.
I'd be like, nah, they don't exist at all. Now
Do you
I'm like,
believe that the devil exists?
I don't believe in much spiritual things.
Okay.
In all honesty.
So there's
Do you
no
believe that there's a God?
afterlife.
Ooh, that's it. God's a very.
We're
tricky
talking
word.
around religion right
Oh,
now.
we're talking about like a being in control, somebody that's semi-orchestrating, has a plan.
Semi-orchestrating is very different. Like,
being in
do I believe in
control.
something omnipotent and
someone
that?
knows everything.
Yeah, that doesn't
Omnipotency.
exist. There's no way that someone knows everything and controls everything. But there might be a hand guiding. But that guy also just might be like some fucking nerd.
But the
on a
hand's not
computer and a
connected
fucking-
to a
How do we
larger
get
body.
to this point right here in this bar with this metal table and that iPad and
I
all
don't
these
know.
cameras and stuff like
I
this?
don't know.
The sophistication of where
Yeah.
we're at. How does that happen without?
I mean, lots of ways. There's like a million ways that can happen.
Boredom.
Boredom.
So we're sitting around.
Just sitting around
It's like,
bored.
okay,
Tired of
we
just
have
eating
to-
meat all day.
we have to be existing first, though.
So
like,
I think
Yeah, yeah.
they have to be existing first, and then so I think Terrence McKenna, I believe, is one person, was a really interesting idea about this, where he believes that like apes at one point stumbled upon something psychedelic, whether it was mushrooms or
a plant.
a plant or something that does some trippy shit to your brain, and then it gives them consciousness. And I think that's a very good like possibility. I don't fucking know, of course. So I think that's a very good possibility where like some like ape-like thing was like, hey, then here's some fucking ayahuasca. I'm really high now.
that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I don't know,
I feel
I
like
don't know.
civilization
I don't know, and,
could
like, if I
exist
try to-
without necessarily a designer.
yeah, I think so too.
But a designer is an easier way to explain the presence of all
How do you
this
feel
stuff.
about ants? Because ants have like
Yeah.
a very, very complex structure of society.
I love ants.
Like very complex structure.
That's my first pet, ants.
Yeah, fucking
You had an
everyone-
ant farm?
ant hills.
I
and
just
ant
like
farms.
claimed the ants that were outside of the house under this
I
brick.
just claimed
Oh,
them
yeah,
Because I wanted
These
to be
are
like,
mine.
Because I was like, my friends always were like, "Oh, I have 2 dogs. Yeah, I have 3 cats.
I have
Oh, well, I guess
40,000
what? I have like
ants.
7,000 ants. Like it's probably
I
8,000.
have more.
but I don't know
I
exactly.
can't count how many they are.
But-
How many I have.
There's a lot of them. Just trust me.
So, what's God to ants?
Yeah. Is that me? Am I God to ants? I didn't make them, I guess, but
Work to ants. Work.
Humans
so
the
is
same
OTB
way?
my God?
Aren't we just? No, Tyler's your God.
Your God is what you spend your time on, and who
Frisbee
you-
golf.
What you put your trust in.
Cam boy.
Like, what do you make of the existence? Like, is the purpose that you find in that, the reason behind the things? That's your.
My friends.
So
I like
again,
to like Just sell frisbees with my friends is what I like to do.
Yeah, there's a reason that you have connections with people. Like that was meant to be. It's not random.
Fate and God are different in my opinion. So, yeah.
But like the wanting to connect, like the need to connect, I think that's
feel that.
So that's community.
created.
So again,
Yeah.
does it come out of a organic thing where it's like
This is a
bacteria?
crazy conversation.
Well, we're getting good. This is the
We're
end.
getting real good on the end of our podcast.
Well, Luke didn't say he was going to bring you softballs.
no, he didn't. He did not
He
throw
said
no
he was going to bring the
softballs.
freaking goods, and he wanted to do
So-
it again
Luke, did you
tomorrow.
hear about our flower at the shop?
Yeah, bloomed this
It
week.
bloomed this week.
And at
Purple
my
flowers.
house. Also at
and
my
he had
house.
one at his house that bloomed.
Never
this
bloomed
week.
before.
Never bloomed before.
Succulent
That's
cactus.
not an accident, you know?
That's the type of shit where I'm like, all right, maybe I'm fucking way wrong about everything.
Like Nako and Medicine for the People, one of my favorite artists. He's got this song, On Time. Mm-hmm. And he's talking about, like, sometimes you get these signs that nature gives you. Like, it could be a wind gust, it could be an eagle flying at, like, a certain time, or a flower blooming the week
A
that you're...
flash of light.
Yeah. It just tells you that, like, everything's on time. Like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like,
So my only issue to anyone that says things like that is like, what about all the great people that have like the worst fucking things happen to them?
dude, those have to happen.
No, I know.
To have the good things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of it. Is
Right.
that-
Through
It's
hard,
very binary.
turmoil.
Not- I guess it is binary. It's very like good and bad. Like,
yeah. And one
without
has to
this, you
exist.
can't have this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I do not disagree.
Fellas,
Well, so we're touching on
We've
the
been around.
the importance
We've
of
been
art,
around.
we did the earth.
the
there.
significance
I think-
of religion
I
and
think this is
and
maybe
spirituality.
how we should
We've
end
had Luke
things.
Humphries. Yeah.
What is up, guys? Yeah, we hit it all. I don't-
I want to.
You're still tuned in on the internet, maybe.
Yeah, I want to thank Luke a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for
Fellas.
hanging out.
We're
Almost
gonna-
called us Sacramento. That's a fucking no-no for a Stockton.
He's from
person.
Stockton. He loves Stockton more than anything. So I'm shocked. Personally.
That was bad. I just said,
it happens.
We're
I
gonna
was-
we're gonna
I
take
saw-
away
I
your
hate
Stockton
myself
card
right
for
now.
one night.
yeah, it's fine.
It's a gem of a town.
We're gonna
It's a great
continue.
little town.
We're gonna continue this conversation
Yeah, we'll
deep
have
into the night.
We're gonna have another Luke Humphries episode by the time he leaves, whether
Yep.
it's on talking around things
Or
or,
it'll be
jamming with the best,
Out
or
in the
hey,
course or somewhere.
All the above.
We'll do something fun.
We're gonna do an
And
in the van.
Stay tuned for Skins match coming
Oh,
this
yeah.
week.
Oh yeah, Thursday, 10 a.m. We're filming.
Hell yeah!
Comes
Wow,
out,
we will be
yeah.
there. At least two or three of us will be there from
And
OTB.
we're bringing our second ever FPO skins match.
Hell yeah!
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know if we can leak it, but you know,
Let's
we
do
got,
that.
We
The
got some-
content avalanche won't stop.
We want
all
we
week.
want a bunch of FPO things this week. It's international. It's not international. It was the
It is Women's Month.
Women's Month, and
Yeah.
we had the women's global event last week.
Yeah.
Um,
So we
U.S.
got-
Women's DGC next week or the week after?
Next week.
Next
I think.
week.
Yeah.
The week
US
after
Women's
this.
Yeah,
DGC.
Up
these
in
women
Sac.
are competing for a major.
We'll be, OTB TV will be there.
Yeah, OTB TV
Sick.
will be there. We gotta film a card,
Yep.
both this weekend and next weekend.
That's
so
correct.
Yeah, ladies playing the highest level of disc golf. Yeah, we're gonna have Paige Pierce, Missy Gannon, both OTB sponsored. Fantastic.
Ella Hansen.
Katrina Allen, and Owen Scoggins.
Yeah,
Yep.
But Ella Hansen as
But
well.
she's gonna be
We're-
in the house too.
we're gonna have a bunch of. I think there are 4+ OTB Team OTB women getting filmed this weekend on the featured
overall.
cards.
Yeah.
Y'all got a baller team. Like I said,
try.
I'm a C-tier celebrity on this team. That's cool.
Hey,
I'm down with it.
You're an
And
A.
for
You're an A tier
NPO,
friend though.
For our MPO, we have Ezra Adderhold and Austin Hoop getting first round coverage. For
Let's
us.
go.
So
Let's go.
Yeah.
we want to give some of the
The
Austin
day
Hoop.
ones. You know?
Austin Hoop's been around forever. He's.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to call him one of my children.
He calls him literally 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I talk to Hoop weekly, every week. I love that guy.
That's awesome.
He's
one
so
of the
damn
most
good.
accurate forehands in the game.
Yeah, and that putt is just deadly.
Love it. Love what the
we'll
kids
have,
bringing.
We'll have him on, and you'll see him get to throw some frisbees around this big old course. So
Yeah.
That's very true.
thank you, dude. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah,
All right.
pleasure being with y'all.
We're gonna sign it
end
off
this.
here. This has been Talking Around Things. We had Luke Humphries. It was a pleasure.
Thank you
Thanks for
very
sitting
much.
with us.
Good stuff.
OTB Open Week. Stay tuned. We're gonna have lots of good content all week long.